Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Monday to you all. Hopefully, you are enjoying the start of your week, or your week has gotten off to a good start. If you are watching this, that means, as expected, Hype have blocked the album Listen for ENHYPEN's most recent EP, the Dark Blood EP. Now, typically, I'd just say there's a link in the description that'll take you over to the album Listen, but figured we'd do things a little bit differently starting with this one. And I'm kind of going to give you like an abridged review on what I think about Les Song on the album as a whole. So here we go. The album is kind of nuts. Like, as someone who's very much surface level when it comes to ENHYPEN knowledge, this was a very eye-opening experience for me, and well, primarily that was kind of like the focus of this era, was to just try and learn a little bit more about maybe their music or like their roles within the group when it comes to their music, and I would say that task completed successfully. The album itself, like I was going in having only listened to the title track for this series, because I don't listen to spoilers and things like that, and the title track was surprising me. It very much surprised me because it's very slow, it's more mature, it's refined. It almost feels there's an element of like dramaticism, but also like this element of ballroom dance type vibe. Not in like the actual song, but the energy of the song that it exudes. It exudes. It's a very grown up sound from what I associate typically with ENHYPEN, because for me they have always had like the really energetic title tracks, things like Paradox Invasion, Pass the Mic, oh shoot, Tame Dashed. I always get the names of the early title tracks mixed up, but you get my point. And then having listened to the title track Bite Me, there's me thinking, oh, are they gonna switch it up a little bit? And for the most part, the rest of the album very much was like that. Like Fate Sacrifice, Chaconne, it's actually a very well written song. And then Bills, they're all going along the lines of that like slower, more mature vibe. And here's me thinking, oh man, that's the sound that they're gonna go for this era. I'm not mad at it. And then all of a sudden, all of that gets flipped on its head when the final song Karma rolls around, because that song, it's very much the one of these things is not like the other, because that song is the only one that just does not fit with the rest of the album, and I love it because of it. I love a rock anthem like that. I grew up on 80s rock music, so that tickles all the perfect spots, ticks the right boxes, so to speak. The album itself, though, I'd probably have to say like my favorite B-sides outside of Karma would probably be Chaconne. It's just so well written, it's so well balanced. And that's a song that I very much enjoyed listening to as someone is having a very bad day outside as the ambulance rolls up and down the street. But overall, I think the one thing that really kind of blew me away from this era wasn't the music itself, but the ability that all the members possess. So I know like the members' names and I could put faces to names, but I don't really know what their positions are within the group. We checked out Heesun on Imogen Service last night, and people in the comments explained to me that he's main vocal and things like that. But apart from that, I was very much surprised at just the sheer level of vocal talent across the board for the entire group. Like, they are all so good and so consistent and so confident with their vocal chops that I genuinely struggled to pinpoint like who were the main lead vocals of the group and who were like the other lead vocals and sub vocals, because they all made a case for themselves as being main or lead vocals throughout the entire EP, which caught me so off guard and has been one of the biggest takeaways for me about this album and kind of them as a group, is that their vocals, you can't really pinpoint one specific like lead vocal for every single song because they're so flexible. Two, I always thought that they used more raps, so I don't more raps in their music. So I don't know if this is like a this era specific thing or if I'm just misremembering, but there weren't too many rap sections throughout this album, which I don't really mind all that much. I was never the biggest like rap fan because don't really have a close attachment to it. Like I sang choir growing up, and I have a much tighter connection to harmonies and vocal sections. But I feel like ENHYPEN in general, I don't, again, this might be a specific era thing, but did not use a lot of rap sections across this album. And three, I'm loving all the vocal chops we got on it. Not just like isolated vocals, but I feel like we got a lot of harmonies in this group. And that was the one thing I really that I pointed out in yesterday's Image and Service video that I really wanted to see was in hyping vocals, stacked harmonies, ad libs, things like that. And I feel like we got a lot of it on this album, so very satisfied with that. But overall, it's actually I quite enjoyed it. This being my first album, I'd say we're off to a good start, and I do have quite a lot of music to catch up on, especially the ENHYPEN B-sides, but we will get there when we get there. I'll probably just skim through them in my free time whenever I have the chance. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the abridged version of the album review. There'll be, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but there'll be a link in the description for the full album listen. I can't put time codes on it over there because I don't really know how to. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't even know if it's possible on pCloud, but you can listen along with me there. You can get the proper, like, real time versions of the analysis there. If you're interested, of course, we watched a title track earlier in the day if you are looking out for that. But yeah, my journey becoming an engine. I never understood how to pronounce the fandom name for ENHYPEN, but my journey becoming an ENHYPEN fan has well and truly started, and we're off to a great start. Very much enjoyed it. Shout outs to the team behind the music. Shout outs to the gentlemen from ENHYPEN. They've done a great job with this. And yes, that is it from me today. Again, full version down below. If you're interested and you're just here to listen to me ramble, if you are, shout outs to you because I don't think I could listen to myself ramble, but thank you all for watching if you made it this far. One last request from me, let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra love and happiness back into the world. Whether it be checking in with your friends and family, picking up a piece of trash off the street, holding the door open for a stranger. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.